Hello and welcome to my video about Epic, Storyline, and Book Creator. So the first time I talk about is Epic. We went on and got an Epic certification, and I decided that I would use this for second grade and use it to be able to do nonfiction research like animals, weather, anything like that, because you can kind of customize what genre, age, grade, and so on that you can use. So I can also relate that back to like a science chapter or a science sector as well. I also really like that they're able to do reading response journals with that as well, and so being able to use that with Epic is kind of nice. The ISTE standard that I chose is 2.5 designer, 2.5B design authentic learning activities. I think that it's really important for us to allow the students to kind of use their own knowledge that they learn from those books and apply it, um, you know, apply it using technology. And then the Nebraska standard that I chose was LA 2.W.5, write informative explanatory piece about a topic or text. So this is where your reading response journal will kind of flow into that standard. And then I chose, the next thing I researched was the storyline online. And I really liked that I was able to use like guided activities for each book and that you could base it off of what standard that you wanted to cover. So they had different options for standards that you were able to cover with those guided activities. I really liked that that was kind of cool to kind of touch base and, if you're just starting out teaching and you struggle finding or connecting those back to any sort of standard or anything like that, then that's a good resource for you to use. I chose to use this in my kindergarten classroom. We do small groups, small reading groups, or literacy centers. You can read in a group or you can read independently, and then I like that you can kind of use some of the activities in there to draw a scene from the story. So that's kind of like building their own imagination when it comes to that. The ISTE standard that I connected to this was also designer again, and then innovative learning environment. We were able to apply instructional design and innovativeness to support their kind of learning, that kind of learning for them. The Nebraska standard that I used for this was LAKRP8, engage in group reading activities with purpose and understanding. So using the small groups, the small reading groups, we were able to engage in those group activities. I think this could really help kids that maybe have a harder time, understanding the text and context clues that are in the text. And there's those guided activities within those that will kind of show how to use those. And then the last one that I researched was Book Creator. So I created my own book. I will just kind of start there with that. So I created my own dream vacation, my destination, the cost, and I also put like a little picture here just showing, you fly from Omaha to Atlanta, Atlanta to Dublin. I chose to go to Ireland. So I chose to use this in my first grade class, like a whole class story prompt. So we'll start with a story, a prompt, just an example, a day at the park. We'll type out the ideas on a page, and then the students can dictate and draw, and then you kind of add those to each book. And I thought that was really cool. It creates structural awareness for the kids. beginning, middle, end of a story. It's kind of so how that works out. And then the book creator SD standard that I used for book creator was facilitator. And then 2.6D, educators model and nurture creativity and creative expression to communicate ideas, knowledge, and connections. So this is just kind of connected back to what our kids being able to use their creative side of their minds. And then the Nebraska standard, I went with LA 1W3, prompting and support, write personal or fictional, creative, and or express pieces to retell to a more appropriately sequenced events. So by using that, they're able to kind of create their own story and include the details that they want to use about a day at the park. And then, yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.